Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have decided that I want to start spending the morning with my beautiful, beautiful souls and just sort of talk to you guys about what's on my mind, what's going on in the collective. And I figured I'm going to start spending my mornings with you guys because I think I just feel called to. And the thing that I've been really feeling on my heart recently and what I want to talk to you guys all about is for you to stop being so nice. I think there's we put so much pressure on each other and ourselves to be nice. Ooh, my hair is hairing today. We're going to talk about that. I'm in my corner in my pink chair. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to talk to you about stop being so nice to people. You know, I was talking to my son the other day and we were talking about how stop being nice to people. Just be a good person. And how real is that? Do you realize that when you are so concerned with being nice, you're actually dishonoring yourself? Because you're more concerned about the people around you as opposed to you. Let me put my hair up. We're going to do a mom knot today, guys, because I'm looking at myself and I'm just like, girl. When we are too nice, we are more concerned about making sure the other people in our lives or the people around us are happy as opposed to us. And what happens when you do that, you really stop trusting yourself. You stop honoring who you are. And it has been one of the hardest lessons I've ever experienced in life. It's something I still struggle with. But imagine being at work or, constantly being so concerned with everyone being happy, everyone being nice to the point where you just feel lost. You feel lost. And you no longer even know what makes you happy because your whole life, all you've done is be concerned with, is everybody else happy? It's why so many people who are people pleasers or people who are so concerned about how people look or feel about them, I sit them down with these clients and I'm like, well, what do you want? What do you want in life? And they don't know. They have no idea. Or I say, hey, how do you feel about this? And they go on to this tangent of how, good morning, hi, how great it would be for their husband or their friends if they got this job and they could do this, or how great it would be if they got skinny because then people would find them more attractive. And I said, but what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you? It's about putting yourself in the center. Here's the problem with being nice. How many times have you been at the grocery store or out and about and, someone bumps into you and you kind of take a step back and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, even though you did nothing wrong. As opposed to being like, excuse me, excuse me, good morning, good morning. You're not honoring your feelings. You're not honoring who you are because you're more concerned about the other person's perception of you. Like, I'll tell you a story. When I was building my pool in the backyard, we were working with this company, a local company, and every time I'd go in there, I'd be like, oh, thank you so much. You guys are so great. This is so amazing. I appreciate you. To the point that I was never at the top of their list because I was so nice. And they would always be like, oh yeah, Miss Stewart's like the nicest person. She's so great. Like, oh, everybody told everybody how nice I am. But because I'm so nice and so understanding, our project kept going down the list of priority. And we kept having to wait longer and longer and longer for our things to get done because they took that as, oh, well, she'll be understanding. She'll be understanding. So that's where being nice gets you into trouble. Good morning, Pam. And so to this day, because I was too nice, my pool isn't completely done. As opposed to if I'd gone into the situation just being authentic to myself, I probably would have my pool done. So yeah, great. When everybody like, oh, we'll talk about Miss Stewart. Good morning. Good morning. I'm getting all these. I don't want to do this right now. Okay. Oh, great. So everybody talks about how I'm so nice and I'm so great and I'm so wonderful. But because of that, they don't take me seriously. They don't take me seriously. And And the problem is that's just how it's going to be, because if you're more concerned about being shown to be nice as opposed to just a good person, you will always be taken advantage of. You really put yourself at risk for being taken advantage of. So how do we switch this up? It's about being a good person and doing the right thing in life, but still being honest and true to yourself, and to stop sacrificing yourself to make sure that everyone else is okay. It's about implementing and embracing your boundaries and knowing, which, listen, guys, this is going to be really hard when you've been the nice person for so long. It's a gradual shift, so be mindful of that. Good morning. Be respectful but stern. I mean, sure, if that's what works for you. But I think don't be afraid of being a bitch. Don't be afraid of just being strong and confident. I know it's really hard for women specifically. Men, when you're strong and you kind of voice your opinion, you're people look at you like, wow, he's so powerful and strong. It's harder for women because there's this societal standard of us being soft and amiable and nice and kind and nurturing and loving. So immediately when we kind of stand up for ourselves or have a backbone or speak out, we're immediately labeled as a bitch. So the hardest part in all of this is shifting that mindset from, oh, I'm so nice, to being okay with being the villain, being okay with being the bitch, and being so unapologetically yourself, and be okay with the consequences. It's about being okay with not being liked. My peace and energy are top priority now. I love that, Lisa. Lisa's saying, I was a people pleaser and too nice all my life until I went through my awakening and ascension. And I love that you said that, Lisa, because a lot of people think that when you go through a spiritual awakening, you're all love and light, but you're love and light with boundaries because you're respecting yourself. You're honoring yourself in the process. This isn't about always, turning a blind eye. This is about being so self-aware of what your own needs are that you no longer allow other people to take your empathy for granted. Exactly. Good morning, Dimitri. Yeah, I'm going to start trying to spend the mornings with you guys so we can sort of chit chat, hang out. I already drank my coffee. It's probably why I'm a little full, but next time I'll come up here and we'll drink coffee together. Okay. I think it'll be fun. I like hanging out with you guys. It means a lot to me. And it's just, I think, a great way for us to start our day. I don't know the meaning of what finding a dead mouse in your bathroom means. I apologize. I know a lot. I don't know everything. I think what's so important in all of this, I think right now the divine feminine energy is especially just really kind of leaning into their power. And the first place you start that is by learning how to say no. I don't think people understand and realize that when you are more focused on being a nice person and being perceived well by others, you are literally, how do you say this? I mean, dishonoring is one way of saying it, but you're breaking all of your own self-trust. No is a full sentence, Randy. No is a full sentence. And you don't have to explain yourself. You don't need to have an excuse or a reason or placate the other person or earn or look for validation for why you can't do something. You can just say no. Yes, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be so true to yourself. And people often wonder why. Why don't I trust myself? Why don't I trust myself? Well, you're constantly putting other people ahead of you that you have no reason to trust yourself. What if you get a phone call at 2:00 in the morning, okay? And it's just a friend and she's having another one of her little, guy problems. And it's really not that serious this time. It's just, oh, he hasn't responded. I can't sleep or whatever it is. But it's just like, it's an ongoing pattern. It's an ongoing pattern and they're so focused on other people. And you know that you've got to wake up the next morning. Okay, you got to be up at like 6 a.m. You got to take your kids to school. You got to go to work. You got to get ready. And you know in that moment that you should not answer that phone or you should have had your phone on silent. So every single time that you actually pick the phone up, You are honoring their time over yours. And that is how you break your own self-trust. Because you know in your heart that you need sleep. You know in your heart that this person is looking for validation and an ego stroke. And that they're more concerned about their own needs and they're not being considerate of your needs. You have to be okay with not being special. You have to be okay with not being special. I know that's a hard one. But look at it like this. What happens when you're no longer special? Well, what made you special was that they knew that they could always rely on you, that you would always sacrifice themselves for you. What made you special to them was that they knew that no matter what, that you would show up despite it probably causing you some issues. So you have to be okay with no longer being special. And that's a hard one because we all want to feel special. We're all looking for validation. And here's the thing. When you're so focused on being the nice person, do you know what you're really doing? You're looking for validation outside of yourself. You're looking for reasons for why it's okay to be you. You're looking for self-worth. You're looking for self-confidence. You're looking for someone outside of you to tell you that you're a good person, that you're a nice person, that you're worthy of things. Okay? So that's how you're dishonoring yourself. That's why you don't have any self-trust. Because instead of looking within yourself and working on yourself inside, you're looking for people outside of you to give you something they can't give you. Thank you for the gift. You see what I'm saying? It's like being in a relationship with someone. It is giving away your power, Randy. It is giving away your power. Because you're looking for the magic that we know is within us, but you're looking for it in outside sources. So you're going to keep doing it. It's almost like it's literally like an addiction. Because think about an addict, right? The first time somebody ever told them they were great, or the first time they got that fix, right? They're always chasing that initial high. You're literally chasing that initial high. I know that's hard to swallow for a lot of you, but you're chasing that initial high. See, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm trying to be a good person. And it doesn't bring me joy to remind you, a lot of you, that this is an addiction. Being a people pleaser is an addiction. Because what you're addicted to is that hit, that high of feeling accepted, feeling validated. And it's hard to break. And so that's why it's so important to give yourself grace. It was the biggest buzz-seeking validation from others. It's like a detox. Yes, Lisa, it's hard. It's hard. And that's why I always say, do it gradually. Do it gradually. It's okay. Good morning, Jimmy. And I think what's really important here for a lot of you to understand is, just like an addict is breaking something from a substance, you're going to be going through withdrawals. I go live more on the other app, but I'm going to be trying to do a lot more here. I want to start spending my mornings with you guys. Yes, there was a period of detox that brought anxiety, but the anxiety was confirmation of right doing. Well said, Lisa. Well said. I love that. A lot of neurodivergent people are people pleasers. Yes, agreed. Yes, this is my only account on TikTok. And a reminder, I will never reach out to you guys. I will never ask you for money or any of that stuff, okay? And it's hard. Good morning, Renee. So stop being nice. Stop it. Because here's the thing. People don't respect nice. They don't. It's a hard truth, but people do not respect nice. They respect people who respect themselves. And if you truly want to earn your trust back, you've got to work hard on saying no to other people and honoring yourself first. We think that the nicer we are, people are going to look at us and be like, oh, well, they're so nice. I don't want to take advantage of them because they're so kind. They don't think like that. Takers take. Takers take. That's the bottom line. Takers take. And the more you give, the more they take. And they will take and take and take until you've got nothing left. And then what do they do next? They hop on over to the next giver. and they take from them, and they take and take and take until they're done, and then move on to the next person. It's what they do. You have to just expect people to be who they are. And here's the thing, guys. The people that are going to have a problem with you having boundaries or have self-respect are just the people that benefited off of you not. Am I feeling some crazy energy soon? Well, it is a full moon today. No, they do not. A zebra never changes their stripes. Let me tell you a funny story. This guy, he's at a campfire. Thank you, Jimmy. He's at a campfire. He's sitting around, and all of a sudden this snake slithers up. And the snake goes right into the fire. And he's like, what the hell? So he goes in there, he grabs the snake, and as he's pulling the snake out, the snake bites him. So he drops him again in the fire. He goes, what the hell? He looks at the snake, and he's like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. So he goes into the fire again, and he pulls the snake out again. He bites him again. And he's like, dude, what the hell, snake? I'm trying to help you. Finally, he looks around, and he finds a stick. And he goes in there, and he kind of prods around, and he gets the stick, and he kind of pulls the snake out of the fire, and he puts the snake on the side, and the snake slithers over to him, bites him again. And he's like, what the hell, snake? I got you out. What the hell? And he goes, I'm a snake. I bite. I'm a snake. I bite. People do not change unless they want to change, they feel like they have to change, or think something happens in their life that changes them. Hard truth. I'm going to say that again because I think it's really important for you guys to understand this. Okay. People do not change unless they want to change. They have to change, or something happens in their life that changes them. What could happen that changes somebody in their life? They could lose a job and they're forced to self-evaluate. But that's not always cut and clear, because sometimes people play the victim all the time. People play the victim. And then there's no accountability. And if there's no accountability, there's definitely no change. None. And people don't change unless they change. People can tell you all the right things in the world, but if they don't do something to change, they're not going to change. It's like saying every single day, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, but then not changing your calories intake, or going to the gym, or going for walks, or changing your lifestyle. Or saying, I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. But then they keep buying alcohol. Nothing changes. Nothing changes unless change happens. And people don't change if they're not accountable. Karma is very strict, but always fair. I think worry less about karma and worry more about taking your power back. But at the same time, I'm a petty bitch, and I will always ask my angels to get a front row seat for when karma it plays out. Because I feel like I deserve that, and I want to see it, because, sometimes we just need that feedback, that reminder that, what we put out in the world is what we get back. Listen, I am human. I am what I am. I'm not trying to speed karma up in any way, but I do want to watch. I love me a good movie. I love me a good TV show. How do you guys like all the feng shui content? Because I love feng shui. I love it. I think it's so fun. And I think I want to keep doing more of it because I just love it. And I think you'll get the popcorn, Lisa, right on. What about intrusive thoughts that is against your real intentions? So I used to struggle with intrusive thoughts a lot. And something that really, really helped me was listening to subliminals when I sleep. Oh, cool. It works, right? Lisa said, oh my God, I got rid of 27 items in an hour. So if you don't know what that means, when you remove 27 items from your space, you change the energy in your whole home. So the principle is you want to move 27 things within 9 hours. You can do it faster, or 9 days, excuse me. Because 9's all about endings. So you want to remove or move 27 things in your home to change the energy in your space. Pine cones are really, really great. Pine cones you can keep at your front door for protection as well, because You guys want to know there's 2 money corners. That's the T. The T is there's 2 money corners. I've only told you about one of them. Okay, so the other one is your north side. Now, your north side for me is my front door. Your north side is really, really about your career and business. Whereas the southwest corner is all about, like your money overall, like your prosperity, everything. So if you're trying to draw money in and build your career at the same time, north side. And the elements to that, forget. I'm having a brain fart. I'll have to get back to you guys on that. Just, you know what I mean? It's early. But another thing that you can do and that I love to do is acorns. Acorns are really good for new beginnings and prosperity and stuff like that. And you putting acorns in both of those areas is really, really great. But yes, look at beliefs, lack mindset will definitely form blocks. Yes, it does. It can. Absolutely. So the thing about intrusive thoughts, I want to get back to that, is it's radical accountability. I mean, for me, every time I would think about something that was intrusive or like a thought that I knew wasn't healthy for me, I would literally stop myself and I would say, girl, flip it and reverse it. If I were to say something, I have the worst luck. Because I was kind of on this gradual scale, because I wasn't really believing in myself right yet, I would say, every day my luck gets better and better. So everything is inside of the house. Everything is inside of. So Star S is the southeast, inside or outside of the house. Everything is inside of the house. Okay. And if it's, and it's that whole area, it's not just that little tiny corner. Okay. You can use, like, if you use the room, if that makes sense, you can spread out. You don't have to feel like everything's in the corner. Good morning. So you really have to be honest with yourself about your intrusive thoughts. Okay. Here's the thing. No one can save you but you. Yes, Lisa, I agree with this. I want to share what Lisa said. She says, we were living beyond our means, more and more and more. We dropped so many high-end spending in abundance galore. Yes, because here's where that comes in energetically. When you are not respecting money, it won't respect you. Overconsumption will not bring you more money. Okay? Overconsumption will not bring you money because you're not even loving and appreciating the things that you already have. Gratitude and appreciation is what's going to bring you. It's not about, a lot of times people kind of sell you this story of like, the more you spend, the flow of things opens up. No. 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 So sorry. That's not, I don't like it. Let's just say that. So let's say you manifest a dream. Okay. For me, I manifested this house. And when I moved in here, I didn't kind of slow down and stop and be like, wow, I really enjoy this and like put the love into this house. Because in my mind, I was on this ladder and I was like, oh, I did this. Now I want to do this and I want to do this. And so I moved in here and like low key, I was still looking at real estate like, oh, I want to move here in 5 years. This is my next goal, as opposed to really enjoying the moment and being where I'm on. Okay. So here's what's going on. That's going to slow your abundance down because the universe is like, you have this beautiful home. Enjoy it. Love it. You worked really hard for this, take care of it, you see what I'm trying to say? It's like, buying that Louis Vuitton purse and then already looking on the website because you want another one, as opposed to, buying this Louis Vuitton purse and wearing it and loving it and keeping it clean and taking care of it. And it doesn't even have to be Louis Vuitton. It could be Target, just what you love. And, for me, I love luxury items. I have a midheaven in Taurus. I am very drawn to luxury. It is who I am. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. And great advice, Lisa. We'll talk about that in a second. I think what's really important here is, you know, living within your means is so important because it shows a self-respect. It shows self-respect. And the more we honor ourselves, because here we are again, we're talking about being honoring ourselves and being devoted to ourselves and our needs, not wants, and being just really enjoying what we have, being incredibly in this space of gratitude, that is when you attract everything. Because abundance is not just money. Abundance is not just money. I broke 3 mirrors this year. How much bad luck is this? I don't look at it as bad luck. I'll explain that in a second. To me, it's almost like, you know, there's changes that you need to make in your life, okay? And what angels are saying to me right now is sometimes we break mirrors because we have a hard time looking at ourselves in the mirror because we don't love ourselves, okay? I would look at it more like you've got a lot of self-love and self-worth work to do. And what you should start doing is take those mirrors, you know, remove them from your home and really start to work on changing the energy in your home. Like we were talking about before, you remove or move around 27 items in your home within 9 days. Okay. That's what you're going to do. Stop worrying about the problem, guys, and just focus on the solution. The solution in this is the mirrors are broken. What do I do next? You change the energy in your home and you work on your self-worth and self-love. If you constantly worry about this negativity and all of these things happening, you know what I mean? You're going to create more, because where we put our energy is what grows. Where we put our energy is what grows. So if you're putting your focus on the solution and the resolving of the issue, that is what's going to grow. Okay? It's how you can save any relationship you're in. And getting back to what we were talking about before, people pleasers often wonder why relationships don't work out. People pleasers often wonder why they have so many friendships that break apart. Because you're putting your energy, we were taught mirror breaking is bad luck. No, it formed fear. Focus on the solution. Good morning, Rachel. So when we put our energy focusing on the other person always, we're literally giving them all the magic. It's like, here you go. Here you go. Here's all my magic that I've worked so hard. I've done so much self-love and so much self-work, but I'm going to just hand you all my magic, you know, as opposed to using it for yourself. Okay? Okay, so it's not just move 27 items out of the house. It could just be moving, like rearranging 27 things. Like let's say you remove 9 things and you rearrange, 18 things. It's not always just about removing things. It's the flow, okay? But here's the thing. Understand this. The more you people please and the more you put your energy on them, that is where their energy is going to be, because where you put your energy is what grows. Where you put your energy is what grows. So if you start to put your energy into yourself, that is where the focus goes. Women especially, divine feminine, listen up. If you truly want to save your relationship or save your marriage and you're married to a divine masculine energy, we're not talking about genders, we're talking about energy. You are receiving. Your energy is always receiving. So if you're constantly give, the energy is unbalanced. But if you're so focused on yourself, you become a magnet. And divine masculine energy is going to be absolutely magnetized to you. When I first married my husband, I was a complete people pleaser. And I was miserable. I was a mess. He was incredibly self-centered. Because that's what I taught him to do. Like everything was, so focused on him. I was so worried about all of his clean clothes. I was so worried about whether or not his lunch was packed. But then lunchtime would come around for me and I'd be like, shit, I didn't plan this. And I'm like eating cheese sticks, and wondering why I'm not healthy and vibing well because I'm eating freaking cheese sticks. So the energy was focused on him. But when I started to take my power back and focus on myself, all of a sudden, he switched and he started focusing on me because that's where the focus was. And he followed me. I was looking into reading and so many gave me different answers and I had so much anxiety after. I'm so sorry. It depends what your intention is in the reading. When people have readings with me, it's very different. It's very, very different because you are the focus of each reading. Too many times we go to have readings and everybody wants to talk about how this other person feels about them. What are their feelings about you? As opposed to, hey, how do you feel about this person? Or how do you feel about this job opportunity? What do you want? So then what happens is you feel this anxiety, you feel like this insecurity, this lack of validation, because it's still all about the energy around you as opposed to the energy here. What do you need to do to level up? What do you need to do to have your dream life? What do you need to do to have the most incredible magnetic energy to attract everything you desire? As opposed to, oh my gosh, does this person love me? Bitch, do you love them? That's the question. Absolutely. I just got microneedling done on Monday. I get Dysport when I want Dysport. It's not abso-fucking-lutely. I love me some med spa. I do. I love it. Rachel asks, I have a question on self-care, which includes microneedling and Botox. This is self-care, right? Yeah, 100%. That does not make you not spiritual. Oh, girl, love me some massages. Yeah, absolutely. I think the problem in the spiritual space is it's one extreme or the other, and they make you feel bad for loving beautiful things or wanting to do things that are science-based. We would not have these technology advances without God. We just wouldn't. Yeah, you were questioning your partner when everything was fine. It creates fear and anxiety that doesn't need to be there. My bestie does energy work on me at the same time I pay in sourdough her love. I love that. I get massage Reiki too. I'm actually due. I love massage Reiki. I love that. And that's the problem. You're going to get these readings from people who are so outside of themselves, for whatever reason. And I'm not naming any names because I don't know. I kind of stay in my own lane. If you guys notice, I kind of stay in my own lane. And all of the readings, even for myself, it's never like, how is this person doing or what are they up to? I don't care. What I care is, what am I not seeing that I need to see so that I can be happier? What am I not seeing so I can create more abundance in my life? What am I not seeing? Or, what advice would you give me if I wanted to attract more clients? Like that type of stuff. That's the stuff that I ask when I do. And that's the type of stuff that we talk about in the readings that I do. Because you cannot control other people. And just because they love you and care for you doesn't mean it's a healthy relationship or that it's good for you. And at the end of the day, and I never tell people what to do, you have to ask yourself, is this the relationship I want? Is this the job I want? Is this the career I want? Is this something that I can live happily in and fulfilled in going forward? I think that's, oh, congratulations. You just did your first live. That's great. Good for you. Going live is hard. Going live is hard, talking to a screen and thinking of things to talk about. It's hard. It's getting easier for me every day. I hear it. I hear you. My angels got in my ear being like, don't say that. Don't say that. Going live gets easier for me every single time. I have so much fun when I go live. It's great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's on radical accountability. That's on changing your thought process. That's on being so mindful of the words that you put into the universe, because your words really are spells. Okay, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome. Never say that again. Okay, Lisa says, I think it's imposter syndrome. I'm working on it. That is a dirty word in here. I'm going to tell you why. Because Lisa, you're Lisa. You're not an imposter. Rachel is Rachel. Rachel is not an imposter. Nope. You know what I mean? Do not say that shit because it doesn't make sense. Marin, scammer alert. Everybody block Marin. Everybody block Marin. Scammer alert. Marin popped in here. It was like, DM for psychic tarot reading, love spell, spirituality, astrologer, check. Everybody go plot. That's a scammer. Block, block, block. They're going to just tell you whatever they think they want to tell you, or they will scare you into thinking there's a hex on you or this and that. So no, don't do that. Okay. Good morning, Trisha. So never say that. Don't You are who you are. Rachel is Rachel. Trisha is Trisha. Lisa is Lisa. There's no imposters here. We are not pod people. We are not clones. We are who we are, okay? So you don't need to worry about whether or not, it's self-doubt. It's doubting what you can believe and achieve. But imposter syndrome, no. Okay? I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this going forward. Do I want a snazzy background? Are we liking, you just see my back deck here. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I'm going to keep doing it. I like this. This is fun. You're welcome. So be so mindful because, listen, guys, I'm going to just tell you what my angels have been telling me. Is it because I was meek-minded and believed what? Believed what? About the reading? No. I don't think it's because you were weak-minded. I think you were desperate for guidance. You were desperate for some sort of message. You were desperate for, angelic guidance or spiritual guidance. And I think you trusted someone with your energy and they let you down. I think that's all it was. That's all. I think there's a lot of people in here that prey on people's desperation in hard times. I think there's just a lot of misguided souls that probably shouldn't be doing what they're doing, but it's none of my business. It's hard to be happy when someone is mean to you all the time. That's my belief. So be nice to you. Agreed. Would you date you? Would you date you? Think about it, right? If you were in a relationship with someone that was constantly telling you that you're not good enough or you're not this or you're not that, you would dump them, hopefully, right? So if you wouldn't date you or you wouldn't be your friend, then, you got some work to do. And that's what people say, inner work. How do I do my readings? You are the center of all my topics. Angelic guidance is very, very different than tarot and psychic in the sense where you're getting guidance on your life. You're getting guidance on what you can do to go to the next level. Angelic guidance is not so much about like predictions and stuff, although they will give you predictions. It's about healing. It's about self-love. It's about self-worth. It's about, unraveling the emotions and stuff that you've been burying down for years. It's very different. All of my stuff are links in the bio. And, links in the bio. I don't know what else I was going to say. And I always encourage you to go get your own tarot deck or go get your own oracle deck. That's great, Rachel. I encourage everyone to go get, everyone should have their own oracle deck. All of my clients, I encourage them to do their own stuff. My goal here is always to empower you to embrace your own spiritual gifts because we're all incredibly gifted and we all have the same access to the divine that I do. I'm going to be doing some group stuff soon. I'm going to be doing a lot of group stuff soon. So you guys have more access to me. Basically what I'm going to do is kind of like just, small groups where you come in and, you pay a ticket price and it's like 15, 20 people and we chit chat and I do live readings with everybody and kind of read everybody's energy, kind of like that. Oh, good. I got an oracle deck, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Great deck. Yeah, I think because my goal is to encourage all of you to embrace all of your gifts. It really is. I want it to be so eventually that none of you need me. But you just sort of book with me because you love hanging out and talking to me. You know what I mean? I want you to be so in love with yourself that you receive all of the information on your own. I do. And I know that's counterproductive for my bank account, but I don't care because I know that God will bless me in other ways. I know that money will come in regardless. I love my Beth. Good, Lisa. I love that. Here's the thing. It's not, and Beth knows because Beth's been working with me for years. Beth, I think it's been like 2 years. It's so cool. Beth will tell you, when I met Beth, the amount of work Beth has done by herself with just my support. Wow. And where she is now, I'm telling you right now, and it's her. It's her. I'm just here to hold her hand. She's incredible. She's amazing. And her life has gotten exponentially better. And that's the goal, guys. I want you guys to find the same contentment and love and self-appreciation and awareness that I have. Thank you, Rachel. It's not locked. You just don't trust yourself. It's not locked. You just don't trust yourself because we're all receiving divine messages all the time. All the time. But because we are insecure, we don't trust ourselves, we don't believe it. We push it off. We're like, that can't be real. Or we see like 222 and we're like, yeah, cool, 222, but you don't take it into account. Like you don't like really receive it. Like they're really telling you like, hey, you know, this is what you need to know right here in this moment. But you just kind of look at it and you're just like, oh, cool, 222, thanks, angels. But you don't really like receive it. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does because y'all are smart. And that's it. You know, it's about the fact that you don't trust yourself. And I push you. I push you. I do. I push you because I know what you're capable of, and I will pull the Band-Aid off and I will tell you the truth because you deserve to know the truth, and your angels will only put you in front of me if you're really ready for change because I'm a catalyst. You can't be in my energy and not improve. And in order to do that, you're going to have to just be really, really honest with yourself. That's how this works. You are not going to be put in my path if you are not looking for real change. It's not about enhancing them. That's the misconception. You are already fucking gifted. You are already psychic AF, okay? You are. You just don't allow yourself to receive them. You just don't allow yourself to believe them. And you don't, because of that, you're not using them. And so you're not practicing. Because the more you trust yourself and listen to your intuition, it grows. That's it. There's no secret little recipe other than that. You can do all the meditations in the world. You can do all the self-affirmations in the world. But unless you change your mindset and unless you really start to believe in your self-worth and your self-belief in your system, none of that matters. They are just Band-Aids. Sure, will you have a sacred download while you're doing the meditation? Probably. Well, get a tarot deck. Get a tarot deck. Heather's asking, how do I practice tarot? Get a tarot deck. And what you're going to do is every single morning, you're going to pull one card. One card. Okay? And you're going to go to your book, because most tarot decks come with a book, and you're going to read what that card says for that day. 72 I forget, cards in a deck. Within 2 months, you will have read almost every, unless there's repeats, but like you're going to go through that deck. Yes. So just, you know how you practice tarot? You just start. You just start doing it. You just start pulling cards, asking questions and pulling cards and looking up the meaning. That's how you practice tarot. You just do it. And you start reading for yourself and you start reading for your friends and you just do it. It's like, how did you learn how to walk? You took your first steps. Got to start there. That's how you practice tarot. That's how you practice everything. By doing it. You can read all the stuff in the world and everything just becomes theory. But until you actually do it, you're not going to really learn it. It's just experience and stuff like that. Exactly, Lisa. Lisa said, I started reading for me. Then a friend asked. And then hubby saw it. Guidance and asked. Exactly. It's not a magic thing. How do I protect my energy in the process? Archangel Michael, please surround me with your love and light and protect me from all things that are seen and unseen. Amen. Just ask. It doesn't have to be that hard. Just ask. It doesn't have to be that hard. You can add layers to the protection if you want. You can add layers to your protection. It's like, what is it? Like, what is that 7-layer bean dip? The more layers, the more delicious it is. You can add layers to the protection. A lot of tarot readers will have specific crystals on their desk, like amethyst, which is great for psychic protection, or selenite, or black tourmaline. They can have other protective things, like visualizing a specific type of bubble around themselves. Yeah, Lisa, great advice. Don't let self-doubt think all cards are bad. They're not. Take what resonates, let go of what doesn't, and then just get uncomfy to grow, because comfort will never push you to a place of growth. It is what it is. And you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It is what it is. So I think what's really important is what it is. And you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It is what it is. So I think what's really important. I think what's really important. In all, what happens when you use your phone? I got a phone call. Okay. I think that's about it for today. I'm going to try to come back on here tomorrow morning. Actually, tomorrow morning I won't be able to come back on because my son has a wrestling match, but hopefully Monday. Monday. I'll be here Monday morning, guys, because I think that I like this. This is fun. And we can just chit chat and hang out. So I don't know what time I'm going to be doing these. I think it might be earlier than this. But have your notifications on. Was it slow motion? I think Spirit was kind of like, okay, you're done. Time to get off. You've got stuff to do. You know, it was like that reminder of, you're done. Time to, you know, get back to what you got to do. Thank you, guys. I love you guys too. I hope you have and we're done. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. It was so fun hanging out with you. If you're looking for a lot of, like, I'm very, very, very active on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I really suggest you head over there. If you're on Instagram, it's also Kate the Angel Medium, and there's one account. There should be a link in my bio. You know, you can kick, I think, the little Instagram link. I only have one account. I'm very, very active over there because, like, I can post pictures and I post affirmations there every single morning, and I post a lot of prayers. So I'm very, very active on Instagram if you're looking for more guidance and stuff, okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. This was fun. You will see me soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.